you're just in time to see our first introduction to Team Galactic, and obviously those two grunts aren't alone. Don and Rowan are with them, and they seem to be interested in Rowan's research findings. And about this line here will result in a painful time for your assistant. It was changed from Diamond and Pearl, but I'll come back to it later. It's actually a fairly interesting story. And now Rowan, I pop into the picture and Rowan's like, "Oh, hey, how are you doing?" And he's not paying any attention to the Galactics at all. I love Professor Rowan. Look, why didn't he and Looker switch places? Rowan would be awesome in the International Police, whereas Looker, well, I don't think he'd do any well as a professor, but at least Rowan would be effective in keeping us safe. Oh yeah, and now he's going to partake in an epic old man rant. Oh wow, I really love this scene because it just goes to show that Rowan isn't going to take shit from anybody, and it makes the Galactic Grunts look extra bad in comparison. You're being owned verbally by an old man. You just threatened him with, injury to Don, and he's like, "I don't care, go ahead. If you suck as much as you look like you suck, you're not gonna be able to do anything at all." And, okay, now they're gonna do a show of force, apparently, which isn't going to be very effective because, okay, now here's going to be our introduction for double battles in this game. This is the first double battle in the game, and it's a tag battle with Dawn. Now, as I mentioned in the battle with Steven against Maxie and Tabitha in Emerald, Steven's Pokemon took away from your experience in Generation 3, but that's not the case anymore. I'm going to get full experience for that Stunky and that Glammeow, and Piplup isn't going to get a damn thing. Which is good, because Piplup getting the experience would accomplish nothing anyway, since the next time we're going to fight alongside her, she's going to have a Prinplup anyway, because the game does that automatically. Okay, so I guess that's going to be all. Wow, those guys were just as easy as Rowan made them sound like they would be. I mean, come on, they were chewed out by a freaking 60-year-old and utterly destroyed by a couple of newbies at Pokemon. Oh my god, those guys suck. Team Galactic is benevolent to all, and didn't the Magmas and Aquas say the same thing, and ultimately they almost destroyed the world? Yeah, benevolent my ass. Anyway, I was talking earlier on about that line from the Galactic Grunt about how we're going to give your assistant a painful time or something like that. Well, in Diamond and Pearl, the line was different. They talked about inflicting massive damage on your assistant. And the reason I remember that is because, well, it was a reference to a meme that came out of Sony's E3 conference in 2006. I'm sure anyone who's seen that conference still remembers it like it was yesterday. It was just so horrible, and the massive damage part came from the presentation of Genji Days of the Blade, which, well, yeah, actually the presentation was so horrible it spawned a lot of memes, but the massive damage thing was probably the most famous one of all. And I don't know, there are a lot of people watching these videos. I'm sure someone here has bought Genji Days of the Blade just because of that horrid presentation. So yeah, they put that massive damage line in Diamond and Pearl because it came out in 2006, which was the same year as that press conference. And they removed it in Platinum 2 years later because, well, it was old news by then. So, okay, now this guy, since I checked in after doing the last video, this is the guy who comes and informs you that the TV building is now open for business as we get the fashion case, which we probably won't ever use since I'm not going to be covering contests in this LP, so I don't want to see that question. Even after I said I wouldn't cover contests in Emerald, I still got that question asked loads and loads of times. Are you gonna do contests at some point? Are you gonna do contests? No, I'm not gonna do contests. Okay, so with that out of the way, we're going to head to the TV station right now before we move on. And wow, we haven't done much of anything in this video when we're already at the 5-minute mark. Thank God for that increased time limit, because else we probably would literally be here all day. So, okay, this is the ground floor of the TV station. And in Platinum, there's only one thing to do here, and it's the lottery, which is at the counter at the middle of the room. And the way it works is that it takes all the trainer IDs of all the Pokemon you own, including those obtained in trades, and they're matched up against the lottery number of the day. And depending on how many numbers that correspond to trainer IDs of your Pokemon, we're not talking about just any numbers here. The numbers are checked in a very specific order, and it's from right to left. So, for example, if the lottery number ends in a 9, and your trainer ID of any of your Pokemon, not just necessarily your own trainer ID, ends in a 9 as well, then you're going to get a prize. But if it's only the third number that matches, then you get nothing. And the prizes range from contest backdrops to PP ups to experience shares to full restores to if you get a perfect match, you get a Master Ball. But today, we didn't get anything. So if you want extra Master Balls, get ready to do a lot of trading. And while we're still on the ground floor, I'm going to mention that there's a feature that was here in Diamond and Pearl that was replaced with something else in Platinum, but I'm going to come back to it at a later point in this video, or perhaps in the next one, because there are still a few things to do in this building. A Dreamy Hiker? Are you seriously kidding me? You're just creeping me out now. Don't you know a guy named Denny by any chance? Anyway, this guy takes pictures of your Pokemon once you dress them up with stuff that you have in your fashion case. But right now, in our fashion case, we got nothing. And even if I got something, I would just skip this part because I'm not interested. No, I will not do this. Where's your sense of adventure? It's because I have a sense of adventure that I know better than to waste my time doing things like this, dumbass. Anyway, if you partake in that little thing with the hiker over there, then you get a photo taken and it's going to end up on these walls, and if you mix records with other trainers, then those trainers' pictures will end up on those walls as well. So, well, that's it for this room. There's just no purpose whatsoever. Hey, let's crash a TV show! Oh, well, doesn't look like those cameras were filming anyway, but it would have been so awesome if you just popped into the room while they were filming, and then you made an unexpected cameo on a live show or something. That would have been awesome. Oh, get a gift! Hopefully it's something good. No, it's not. I should have known better. It's a Turtwig mask. Yeah, you get a mask of your starter here, and it's an accessory that you can use in contests. And if you're wondering, if you've never played this game or never done contests in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, I'm going to explain everything once we get to Hearthome City, where contests actually happen. So we got a few ranking things here. I don't remember what those rankings are, though they're probably fairly worthless. Pokemon defeated, 83. Pokemon caught, 1. Our Bidoof, eggs hatched, 0. Encountered while fishing, 0. And I'm not exactly sure what's in the middle or why a worker is blocking it, though. I would imagine it has to do with the Battle Frontier. Yeah, as you can tell, I never really bothered with this. And, oh, we got contest stuff here, so it's even less interesting than the one on the left, if you can imagine that. So, oh yeah, I remember this guy. This guy here is going to unlock the mystery gift feature for us if we give him a certain few phrases, and I don't remember what those phrases are. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a break here, and I'm just going to look up what the phrases are while we're here, so we're going to unlock mystery gift, and I'm going to come back in a few minutes once I know what those words are. Okay, so now I looked it up on GameFAQs, and I know exactly what this says. So I'm going to go with ABC mode. Thank you very much. First word here is everyone right here, and here we say happy. Everyone happy. Hooray for proper sentence structure. Everyone happy. Oh yeah, that's interesting. And our opinion on TV, we're still gonna go back to ABC mode, and we say Wi-Fi connection. Yeah, he's asking us for our opinion on TV, and we answer Wi-Fi connection. Hey, could be worse. I could answer adult anime, like to send a message that I want adult anime on Jubilife TV! Well, yeah, I'll admit it. I am trying everything I can to make this entertaining because, I'll admit it, this is boring. Even I'm bored out of my skull doing this. But I must persevere. I must show everything because if I'm going to do something, I'm going to be thorough, or I'm not going to do it at all. That's my motto, and that's why I'm doing this. If you're bored of watching this, then I understand, because even while I'm talking, I'm somewhat bored of doing this as well. I want some battles, damn it! Well, I guess we're almost done, since this is the final floor of the TV station, and there is absolutely nothing to do here, as I recall. So, yeah, that thing that I told you about that was on the ground floor in Diamond and Pearl, but they replaced it with something else in Platinum. Well, how it worked in Diamond and Pearl is that every day there would be a trainer on the ground floor of the Jubilife TV station, and you could fight a trainer every day there. There was a trainer that was there every Monday, there was a trainer that was there every Tuesday, and so on. So you get the idea. You could fight a battle every day there, and the Pokemon that they had were quite a bit higher than anything else we're seeing at this state of the game. They were like 15, 16, 17, which are levels we're probably not going to be seeing until we reach Eterna. So that was a fairly good source of experience early on in the game. But they decided to shit-can it, God knows why, but they replaced it with a feature that's only in the post-game, however. They replaced that concept with trainers that you can fight in Pokemon Centers on certain days. Cerebi has a page on that, but you could fight a certain trainer on a certain day at a certain Pokemon Center, and you could fight those trainers on other days at other Pokemon Centers, and they were like, okay, I'm just getting confused explaining it. This is something that doesn't lend itself well to verbal explaining at all. Wow, man, I hate when Tackle misses, and now Supersonic hits. Wonderful, a Tackle would have killed it, and now I'm confused because Tackle missed. And it's not like Supersonic has high accuracy, and yeah, hurts itself in confusion. Worst level 5 Zubat battle ever. Come on, hit it! Hit it! Alright. So, yeah. Tackle only has 95 accuracy, in case you're wondering. They did fix that in Black and White, though, on top of increasing its power to 50. I don't know why they did that, but at least it's nice that it doesn't miss anymore, I guess. But, okay, before finishing this up for today, I would just want to make something clear in regards to something I said in the last video about the Trade for Evolution event. There were some people who, for some reason, got the impression that the event gave you every trade evolution. Like, for example, they'd say, you forgot Graveler, you forgot Gantoru, you forgot Kadabra. Well, I didn't forget them, they're just not being handed out. The only ones that are being handed out are the 8 that I mentioned, and not a single more. So, now that we could finally manage our way past the Ravaged Path, we end up on the northern part of Route 204. There are a few trainers here, as usual. And because of that, we're going to stop this here right now. So, next time on Pokemon Platinum, hopefully, we are going to make our way to Floaroma Town.